Hey, hi everyone. Thanks a lot for joining to the Acknowledger uh, podcast, which was previously Twitter Spaces. So we go live on multiple platforms at the same time. Along with that, whatever alpha insight we get in this discussion, we also share it with you in the form of small videos, clips, and we broadcast it to 200 plus platform at later stages. So, so we have today a really special guest, is also known as PB, a really close friend of mine, and thanks a lot, PB, for joining us today.
Thank you, yes, so much, and thanks for inviting. You're always doing amazing thing for the entire Web3 ecosystem. So always there to support in any form.
Awesome. So great. Without any further delay, just wanted to give a quick background of what we do and why we do this spaces. Spaces, as in this, now we call it as a podcast. But on first of Jan, like the first week of the this year, we decided that every week we will come on Wednesday, same time, which is 9 p.m. IST, where we connect with the experts, founders, investors around the world uh, who are working in Web3, focusing on metaverse, NFT, and other segments. We have a discussion, and along with that, we also connect with our community, asking the questions directly. So if you have any question queries, you can put it on the platform where you are able to see it live. We will be able to see your comments and we'll answer those questions. So the idea is we have taken a pledge to come every week this whole year, no matter what, and we have been successfully doing it. All we have three founders at Acknowledger. Everyone will be always there, and we have been successfully able to pull it off for 4 months. So yeah, I think going strong, and so this is the idea. And today we'll be talking with PB around. He has a solid understanding of investments. He is also OG Club. He's the founder of OG Club. Also has done angel investments, VC investments, part of a lot of funds as well. And I think he is a better person to introduce. And he's also part of Brink, which is one of the accelerators. I think quickly, PB, if you can throw some light about you. And yeah.
My introduction to the ecosystem was around I think mostly 2017, and that time I was like most of our journey has been same. Like we have been like introduced by some of developer guy to buy a Bitcoin, and then after that we have tried to trade and over period of time understood and got into the ecosystem. Mine journey is almost similar to anyone else. It's not something different. But yeah, I was late. Like a lot of people had taken entry before 2017, but 2017 was the year when I started passively, very passively, like investing small amount, and because I was working in startup that time, like I come with background of working in product for companies like Web2 companies like Byju's, Elenza. I've been in founding team of most of companies. So yeah, I was introduced. I started investing, started to understand, and was doing some community activities, volunteering here and there to understand from the experts in the space. Then over a period of time, back after when I transitioned into the VC ecosystem, where I was leading a family office fund, so there was a mandate for a family office to invest in crypto centric VC funds. So that there came a mandate. So that gave my much more attention, and being I was the only one in the team who was understanding about the blockchain and the space, they told me to lead that. So that's the reason I was like started scouting, interacted with crypto native funds all across the globe. Also like invested in a couple of them during that transition from on behalf of the family office, and then understood the space much more better by talking to founder friends like you. Whenever like we have met, like the way you have shared your understanding about the space. Similarly, like people like founder friends like you and other folks in the ecosystem, obviously. So yeah, that's been journey, and so far I've almost invested in personally. I've done 6 angel investment in the Web3 space, and I've done a couple of syndications as well. And yeah, so then I understood that the ethos of investing in the space is you also have to understand the community, and that's the reason like me and few other folks came together and we started OG Club DAO, which went like it's not a DAO, it's a community right now, but our goal is to make it a DAO at some point of time. But yeah, we started like a community. We built a lot of engaged folks out there, and then we went viral. We started to do a lot of meetups, conferences all across India and Southeast Asia, and then built some great connections and made more of that. I made a lot of friends in the space. That was something which gives me much more strength to be in the space for long and keep on doing whatever I'm doing. And recently I've joined also Brink on a director level. Like I'm looking at their programs and investment. Brink is a accelerator which is funded by Animoca Brands, and they are like pretty active in the space. They've already done like 20 investments in last year. They're doing like 15 investments this year, so they have a very strong portfolio, and pretty solidly active in the space as well. And yeah, I think my entire journey and learning around the space is more of, because it's like being a VC, we're more capitalist. Like people see us from a lens like they will only help if there is something for them out there. But I don't come from that ethos. I
Yeah.
come from giving first ethos, and I think that matches with mostly with Web3 ecosystem, because you have to give here first to the community. You have to build that sense of community, then only people will like love to evangelize your product,
Yeah,
buy your.
absolutely. Yeah.
So so I think that is I'm like that person. So it got that right. I call it like right person market fit. Like you call it product market fit, or the way you call all the market fits, I call this person market fit. I got a right person market fit in this space. This is the right market for a person like me. So I am, that's the reason I'm like in love with this whole ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my journey also started similar way, and the love from the community, the excitement, and you meet so many crazy, unique individuals, and those like have mind blowing skill sets, and they do some kind of crazy things, and the community is what drives Web3. Totally agree. Even every trend, it has started with the community, and yeah, that's the kind of foundation. And I think you play a really solid role in connecting a lot of interesting people, and I think that's the most amazing part about you as well. And even at Acknowledger, we have that same philosophy. When we partnered with companies, we've always give first. So this has been kind of a unique value proposition, or you can say it's in our philosophy to help others. So even all our the team members, we always guide them in such a way that we should always give the value first. So yeah.
Yes, to be very honest, I have understood, like a lot of people tell me like I don't keep count of the number of intros that I have done for so many founders, VC friends, LPs, family offices, even general people, those who want to get hired to founders. I've done so many intros, I don't keep a track. And most of people ask me like, what do you get out of this? So I tell them like, today, like I'm not thinking of getting anything out of this. I am already touchwood, like I have building good portfolios. I am earning decently well. So I don't want to monetize this. This is just introduction. You are helping them, and this is how you are also building your network over time. Like if you keep on doing that,
Yeah.
at some point of time your network becomes so big and people start like trusting you and taking you very seriously. Because I've seen that people take you seriously when you keep on consistently doing that same thing. Like for example, the way you told,
Yeah,
like we started uh, the podcast, and we have been very consistent on doing that. And I'm pretty sure over 1 year point of time, when you complete the keep on doing it, then your this becomes your strong IP. And if any good person you want to interview all across this world, they will come to you, because it becomes very much easier for them to trust you, that because you're doing it for a long period of time consistently. That has always been my ethos. Like whatever I need to do, I don't need to do too many things, but whatever you are doing, keep on doing it consistently.
absolutely, absolutely. So, coming back to some really interesting insights. So that's the, I like to uh, have, understand, learn more, and you have been actively investing, evaluating so many companies from time to time, and you're part of the accelerator. So we wanted to know more about like the current market trend, where it's going, and how do you see it's in next, say, 6 months, 1 year, whatever you are, the future. Because when you know what kind of companies are getting funding, what kind of companies are getting, are entering in the accelerator, so you already know what's going to happen in next 6 to 12 months. So can you give us, tell us more about, what are your learnings and insights that you have got so far in this year?
So this market, like we all know, has become more difficult over period of time. I think this is the most deadliest crypto winters that we are seeing. It's actually not the most deadliest one, but why we are feeling like that is because crypto become mainstream over last couple of years. And when someone goes to mainstream and goes up, and then it falls little bit, so then you start to like rethink, okay, like it's becoming so difficult, market is becoming so difficult. But from the other side, where from the vintage point that I am seeing, and the funds we are talking to every day, corporates that we are talking to every day, family offices that I talk to every day, I have understood that everyone wants to invest in this asset class. Like everyone wants to invest in Web3 companies. Maybe the structuring is something they want differently now. They are like, they do not completely want to do a token kind of round. They want to do mixed kind of rounds right now. They're little skeptical about entirely putting into token rounds, because they're not sure about how to stabilize the volatility out there. So that's these are few nooks and crooks, but from the lens I see, it's very solid. When it, let's say about use cases as well, like you see DeFi is always going to be there. It will become stable over a period of time. It's just that the adoption might be slow. The regulation hindrance might take time for lot of regularity to come. But DeFi is something which is always going to be the center bone and pull capital forever. Second is obviously metaverse, and the way we are seeing metaverse as and the way it will become, like the interoperability in the ecosystem. It's, if I call it just not metaverse, more interoperable, more identity layer. These are few things which are going to be very solid, because everyone wants to understand uh, on-chain identity, how it helps with verification. This is a space which is attracting capital and will keep on attracting capital. And then the interoperable way of making the user experience more smoother in the virtual or the on-chain world. So that's something which is also consistently taking a lot of shaping and attracting a lot of capital. I see other spaces, like when it comes to consumer tech will take time, but I also see that those are also like, because what is happening right now is we all have to accept that we have less user, those who understand the way Web3 function, or there is very less, the TAM is very less as of now. And the valuation might have increased, there might have lot of fundings gone to the ecosystem, but for consumer, that has not gone towards consumer a lot. So I think consumer take will take time. uh, I'm not 100% saying that it's not generating funding. Company like social media companies like Farcaster, if you see, they're doing pretty well. They're building a social media, uh, but still are attracting so much capital. Similarly, like I'm seeing a lot of other like companies from India and Southeast Asia also in the consumer space are generating a good amount of capital, but it's just that it's slow as compared to the interoperable side or the infra side that we are seeing right now, or let's see the identity layer we are seeing right now, discovery of identities, segmenting of these profiles, because what happens is then it becomes it's solving your engagement and distribution together. So yeah, I think these are space which are still generating immense amount of capital. And I think gaming is something which is also slowly evolving, because gaming comes under consumer tech. It's for end users, so that is also slowly evolving. But but I think, yeah, these are spaces which is going to be there for long. If you can ask me, then I'll say inside DeFi also, if we deep dive more, there is a lot of liquidity protocols are coming. There are these liquidity protocols are also like generating a decent amount of capital traction right now, because they are the one who is going to pump the entire ecosystem, is what I strongly believe. um, Decentralized exchanges are something which are also like getting that kind of momentum, because of the fall of all the sexes happened in last year. We see the whole fascio. So uh, decks are getting good momentum. They might not be the center of attracting capital right now, but these are always going to be there. They're going to be a integral part and staying there for long. So if you ask me what is hot right now, what is super hot, then there is no hotness. Hotness has dried out. It. But
I was going to ask, that was going to be my next question, by the way, which is a hot
no, no.
trend and what is trending in
Hot
the
trends
market.
have actually dried out. So if you are asking me about that, Alpha, to be very honest, like hot trends have actually dried out. People are more focused towards sustainable growth. People are seeing more stability. How uh, I'm very surprised. But in Brink also, we are running a healthcare program. So we are seeing a lot of blockchain use case in healthcare. So if you personally ask me, I am not a strong believer of having a strong use case in supply chain or healthcare. But but that is generating capital right now. I'm very surprised. Why? I'm not sure. Maybe I need to upgrade or learn or understand why capital is going there.
Uh,
But yeah, I see that is going there because of maybe
I,
the records, identity, maybe
uh,
uh, classifications. I don't know.
I think in 2018, I have written one report, market research report, like a proper market research report on blockchain in healthcare. So that time I did a thorough analysis. So I can actually give you some insight. Like, I think in healthcare, what happens is the record. In
Records,
US,
yeah.
in the
I was
countries,
thinking.
yeah, the mostly, yeah, the records, they are really, really private. Like, because if somebody gets access to those records, it's kind of harmful for the end users, and they need to share
True,
some data from time to time.
true.
So I think that was one of the most solid use cases that I have studied that time, because that market is huge. Like the US spends so much money in healthcare, you have no idea. Like, it's, I think, in trillion, like literally in trillions. Okay, compared to any other geography. So even if you just focus on the US healthcare market, it's huge. So
No, no,
yeah, and
I
that's
know.
the reason I think it's generating revenue. Yeah.
I think absolutely. I was thinking that because of the records and data classification they're using, but you are bang on, because as you have researched about that. So I'm also seeing a good momentum, like from Brink. I think I cannot exactly name because it's not public yet, but I think a very good number of healthcare centric companies with blockchain use case have actually come out of this latest cohort. I think the number are very big. There are a lot of companies coming out of that. That's specific space. And
Yeah.
second is I'm also like seeing like I personal I don't know, like I don't know, like there is not so much hotness or momentum I'm seeing for RWA, but I am a personal believer that that is something which can shape like real world assetization is something like I believe like is for me, like I come with my biasness also, but for me I think that is also somewhere where capital will come in future, not
Yeah.
now. We're not seeing today, honestly, if I you ask me, but I believe that's going to be there.
I'll just give you an idea. You know, you have, I think you are looking at the right direction. I have studied how the whole money in the world, you know, it gets stored, how it flows. So I'll tell you, in terms of asset classes, I've not even literally scratched the surface. We are sitting at 1 trillion, which is, I think, a lot of inflated market capital. But if you see the overall asset class, like the real estate, one of the biggest, being one of the biggest, it's
So,
around 40-50% in the world. And there are like commodities like oil, gas, and all those, you know, commodities they come. Then the equity market is comparatively very small. Then there's two asset classes, real estate and the commodities. And then comes the other markets. And we, as a, you know, gold sits at 8 trillion, which is also really small. And if you see that the crypto market is just sitting at 1 trillion right now. And imagine the whole idea of Web3 is about digitizing the assets. Okay, Web2 it's all about digitization of data. Web3 is all about digitizing the assets of, in two types. First is a token, second is non-fungible token, NFTs. So imagine we entering in this space, and I think the real estate will be one of the biggest one. Now there are a lot of, mostly I've seen a lot of this real estate Web3 companies, but the problem is regulation. They get stuck at regulation. But at
yes,
some point in future, the
yes,
regulation will also work in favor, and that will be the game changer. For example, in CBDCs, there has been like 50 years there was a resistance, and now
yes,
suddenly, you know, there have like, after like I don't know like how much back and forth, but suddenly it started, and then the industry is booming everywhere. People are coming with so many products, and those who were already in that business, like they've like kind of able to take it at next level, and I think it's already very big. So same way, once you know the regulation and that all that works in the favor, I think it's going to be crazy big, and I
no, no,
think beyond our imagination. Yeah,
when you mentioned uh, uh, about the real estate and you talked about oil and energy as well, so you'll be very surprised. I actually recently invested in a company those were like focusing on real world tokenization of energy. Like their pure focus in the EV market, and they're kind of banging on with the energy, not on oil, but specifically they're tapping onto the electric vehicle and that energy segment and market.
yeah,
But
carbon credits.
I think yeah, that is something I'm seeing that kind of trends happening right now. And also, do you know, like I'm also seeing another theory. I'm currently working on a report. So in that report also, what I'm trying to, I did a research around AI, proper research, because there is we all have to agree like if 2021 22 was the year for Web3, then this is the year for AI and trends, because of the boom with the AI has achieved. Like AI was always there, but the upgradation that has achieved with all the Chat GPT and 4 coming into place. So I see the more AI evolves, the more use cases of blockchain become stronger. How I will say you, the more AI grows, there will be more, like the we call it forgery or what you can call like replication. Because tomorrow you'll see like Kylie Jenner is like posting on someone, some AI has been built and posting on behalf of her without her having a proper authentication from the person. That I'm seeing. There is a I was hearing a song, like this Hindi song Apna Time Aayega, that is sang by Eminem. I was seeing that on Twitter today.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Seriously.
that was
Oh
completely
shit.
done by AI. There is a voice AI out there. They have
Yeah.
somehow created it, and and you will figure out it's like proper replica, same tonality, same voice of Eminem and singing in Hindi. Apna time aayega.
Awesome.
Things like that. So this is what AI has achieved right now. But with the more use case, I'm seeing Web3 also kicking in because there will be identity solving this problem. There will be more authentication
Yeah.
layer to be built. So yeah, I believe like more AI, you will need someone to balance it out, and that can be done with proper authentication and identity and the transparency factor which blockchain can build, can bring across.
Totally bang on. This is like one of the most interesting insight of today, I'll say. Even I've been working on GPT since version 2. Okay, by the way, I've been very actively being part. I've created a product on GPT 3 before GPT 3.5, Chat GPT. All that hype. So kind of closely working, observing things. How they are building, and I've been like blown away by Chat GPT, how good it is.
Yes, it
Because
is
in the previous versions they were like struggling a lot, because I have created products on GPT 3, and I know like but I'll tell you the most like which you're thinking. I'm adding one extension to that, the real products where those will have billions of users, and the metaverse, the real metaverse, like will be, and the games also will be created by true AI. Because the metaverse is so complex, like you need all that game theory to keep that engagement. And I think that will happen through AI, like a combination, like a team that is leveraging AI continuously to build the storytelling,
true.
the engagement, and the game theory. All those factors when combined, and that we'll see that the best metaverse or a game built by AI, and that will
So
go for a
I
like a
think
crazy mass adoption.
you
Yeah.
only came to the right bang on. Like if you ask me what is real hotness today, that is like Web3 plus AI. That is the real hotness today. If you talk about all the top tier funds, you see A16Z, you see Paradigm, you see all of these guys. They all have. If you see their latest investments, in the blockchain space or the crypto space, has always been something which comes with plus AI, but that needs to have a good influence, and the models of AI, like all the models, need to be extremely mature. It cannot be just using a tool building on top of that. It needs to be the you need to have gone through a multiple iteration and have properly trained a lot amount of data sets on these models, so to come out to that conclusion to find out. Because I remember around in 2017, like I was working on the startups, with the startups, those are the time I was also super active in the AI and the machine learning industry, because machine learning was top. That time, like Google came up with their ML models, then Azure came, like Microsoft introduced its Azure and Kubernetes, and then we saw a lot of ML hackathons and everything happening at that time. So I still remember the way AI has grown over period of time, and then it took a backseat. Like everyone was saying, "Hey, AI, what is AI? Nothing, this, that." And then we saw it has actually arrived. Right now, we are actually facing, like today also. If I am trying to make a Twitter content, I just ask my Chat GPT and it creates for me, and it thinks like me. So we have the AI has actually arrived there. Similarly, I strongly believe that yes, the way blockchain and Web3 ecosystem is evolving, it's not very far. I think it will take less time than also the way the timeline AI took. I think blockchain is going to take much more lesser time, because blockchain has already seen this and balancing out everything. It has seen good folks coming into the space. It has seen scam happening. It has seen everything now. Now I think the next trend is going to be much more faster, and all of the folks those are building right now, like company like Acknowledger, people like you, those who are in the space, that is going to become mainstream over next couple of years. And I strongly believe that it's just that, and it's going to be for a lot of people. We'll not see like only one or two guy holding this ecosystem which we are used to see. That is not going to be there. Like we'll truly achieve that decentralization. We are truly going to achieve that everyone has their own pie and they're co-building together and have that layer, and that keeps on evolving.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think, right, a really interesting discussion we had. And I think it's just, matter of time and we are in the right direction. Now, leveraging both this technology and the Web3 will accelerate faster than using AI compared to,
True,
what it was previously. And, the AI arrived when no one was expecting it.
true,
Same
absolutely.
happened with all the trends in Web3 also. Okay. And I think, the blockchain and crypto, when we arrive at billion users, like actual user, not a trader, trading or investment type, like using the actual Web3 products. Okay.
Yes,
Like not on OpenSea, not on Binance, because those are like money making schemes which people are attracted to, but the real use cases. So those billion users, will see faster and will come when no one is expecting. So that
true.
will be the most interesting part. And
I think we
yeah,
all are going to be there to see
absolutely.
that, because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are in that journey
yeah,
to see it.
yeah. We are going to see definitely, and I think we'll be on the right side of the story as well, like the whole journey.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes, awesome. I think our time is up. Yes, thanks a lot, PB. And just for the audience, how do you pronounce your name? Just tell us. I don't want to commit a mistake, but yeah, the
It's,
real name.
it's
How do you
good. I am
pronounce it?
known as
Yeah.
it's good. I am known as PB, but yeah, I actually it is a Sanskrit word, and if you ask me why it's spelled like that way or written like that, I don't know. It was named by my grandfather, so I just keep it like that. I never change. It's called Pragyashish. It's Pragyashish, but uh,
Prajnash.
yeah, Pragyashish, and it's a Sanskrit word, like which means like Pragya means knowledge, and Ashish is a sandhi of two words. Ashish is like blessed, so you are like blessed with knowledge. That's what it
Yeah,
means? But
yeah,
I
absolutely.
am still in that journey. I don't think I am blessed. I'm still in that journey. But I think, yeah, like I absolutely loved it. Anytime I talk to you, like so many conferences we have attended together, let it be in Singapore or Dubai, um, I absolutely love spending time with you. I'm a strong believer of what you guys are doing, and yeah, I'll keep on influencing and being a strong believer of you guys. And yeah, I also strongly believe that people like you are also very humble and required in this ecosystem, because I have seen you keep on building, doing less social PR stuff like that. You're only focused on building, and then you're only focused on creating, like the way we are creating a content today. So you're focused on only building and doing stuff, and that is something which is required for most of folks in this ecosystem. And that's how it is going to make the ecosystem more mature, because we the peer becomes more stronger, scammer will automatically go away, and the ecosystem automatically becomes more mature, because of the peer pressure. Because if you keep on doing something consistently in a good way, and that's going to give you result, tomorrow those who are coming for the short scheme and money making will also change, because they know that their time is gone. So I'm a very strong believer of people, those who are heads down building and are always consistent. So good luck, kudos to you, your entire team, and good luck to you.
Yes, thanks a lot. I think really nice words from you. I appreciate it. I'm really grateful to you and your support. I think, and fortunately, we got a really solid team. My founders, we push each other, and all of us have been serial entrepreneurs. So in different industries, so we have seen how the whole, how important it is to stay strong during the challenging times and how to build the great companies because we have done it. We committed a lot of mistakes in the past, not denying it, and even acknowledge that we committed. few mistakes, but we are ensuring we do the best what we have, and take this at next level, not just at Acknowledger but the whole ecosystem, because we think it starts from us and people like you and me. Okay, like the first
No, no, absolutely.
thing.
We are
So
in
yeah,
this together,
yeah,
and I'm always going to be a strong supporter from the community for what you guys are doing, and also like I believe that there is a lot more synergies going to come in future, and we're definitely going to bring it together. And
yeah,
for your listeners and viewers, also, what I love to say is keep supporting, keep following, and keep like, because small tweets, mentions, and small gestures also means a lot in this ecosystem. And keep trying the product, use casing whenever it's there for you to try out. Just try out, and yeah, just reach out, because I think Yash is also, if you're a new builder in ecosystem, Yash also invest. I am also actively investing. We are very much happy to help you in any way. I am being a founder friendly investor from my day one of investing. I always I'm that person whom you can call at 2 o'clock at night also, and I'll pick up and help you if something is required. Yeah, sometimes it becomes very difficult to make faster response, because there is too much inbound happening. But yeah, I make sure that I keep on keeping that in mind, and slowly keep on delivering on whatever interacted or promises over time. And I
yeah,
think you
I
do
think.
this, so we'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
very happy
absolutely.
to, yeah, we'll be very happy to help young founders building in the space as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, and I've been doing actively because I see so much talent, wasting and a lot of their energy, time, effort, money. So yeah, because they've done it so many times now, like it just understand. I can like save them like 6 months to a year time. I've done it in the past. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think it always
that's,
helps. Yeah,
if we can, if you have access to someone very strong in the ecosystem, like I think you also have, and I also have those access, and that can help them shrink their validation timeline from a 6 months to 1 month. So there is nothing
yeah,
wrong in doing those intros, so we are very
yeah,
happy to do that. But yeah,
yeah,
they should reach out, they should actually uh, and not, and I'm very skeptical, like these people should also not forget who
yeah,
helped them at what,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that is
exactly.
something they are continuously going to get that help. You and
Yeah,
me have that bond because we have somehow helped each other for a long period of time
yeah,
with some gestures. So similarly, these people will
yeah.
also need to know that in the space.
Yeah, yeah. But I also believe one thing, that whatever you give back, 1000x, 100x, comes back
It
to you.
comes back. It comes
So
back
yeah,
anyhow.
absolutely. Yeah,
There is no point
yeah,
debating in that. I'm a strong believer of that. So it comes back. It might not directly come. Anyhow, it comes. You just have to
yeah,
catch it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Awesome. So, and I think thanks a lot, PB, again, for giving us your valuable time and explaining how to pronounce your name and what's the meaning. Really interesting. And so appreciate it. And I think in one line, what we have learned is the next blockchain, the Web3 trend will be blockchain and AI. Like focus on this too. Like those who are working closely, keep eye on them. And I think in Acknowledger, because I have personally worked on GPT-3, I've been working on it. So you might see something really cool in Dodas, because we are now rebranding Acknowledger to Dodas soon. That will happen in transition phase. We are, and you will see some cool stuff built in on AI. You never know. Sometime let's see how it shapes. But yeah, it takes a lot of effort, time, and we are working on it consistently. So, on this note, I will end this podcast. And thanks a lot, PB, for joining again. Really appreciate your
Thank you
valuable
so
time,
much.
your
Thank you so much.
insights, and always, get to learn a lot of interesting, cool things from you. And so, keep,
Likewise,
guys,
likewise,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Likewise.
yeah,
Anytime.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I've learned a
yeah.
lot. Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you,
So
everyone. Thank
keep,
you.
yeah, thank you. And keep eye on PB on, you can connect with him on Twitter, LinkedIn, Telegram, anywhere. And he's really a great guy. Uh, Definitely give him a follow. And thanks a lot again. We are all going to make it. Be consistent, be, keep your eyes open. The money going everywhere. There's like so many opportunities,
Way
and we
too
are
much
still
money.
so
If
early.
people are
Yeah,
saying
too
there
much
is no
money.
money in Web3, I think they're not in Web3. There is too
Yeah,
much money.
exactly.
It's just that you
Yeah,
need to be at right timing. Everything is all about right timing, right placement,
yeah,
right narrative. So there is too much
yeah.
money. And
And you
yeah,
never
I guess
know when you are going to meet your founder, or your team. Who I am Kuntal. We're in the same community, so you never know who will help you in what way and who will part of what journey. So yeah, so
true.
stay humble and yeah, keep helping others. So yeah, on this note, we'll end this. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a great evening ahead. Bye bye. See you in the next week again with
Thank you
I
so
think
much.
a really
Thank you so much.
interesting thing.